Our company started with the objective of giving women an opportunity to do anything in the world they were smart enough to do.
Back in 1963, she had actually been working for another company, and she actually was passed over for a promotion by a gentleman, and she just felt that it wasn't right.
Because you see, it was something that I felt I had been denied in all the 25 years that I had worked.
There were no opportunities for not only me, but women, period.
And women out there in the 60s, they were wanting to do something to help their families.
So in 1963, I resigned what was literally a dream position.
She wanted that to all go away and to have an opportunity for women that no one else had ever dreamed of or designed.
Our original plan was to write a business book about how to manage companies such that the environment was one where you can get the most out of women in your organization. And then she realized,
wouldn't this be marvelous if somebody would really do this and not just talk about it? And so actually the idea for our company had been born.
She did blow up the model. Like she just said, throw that out and let's start fresh. Thank goodness she was thinking like a woman.
Mary Kay's vision from the outset was to create an unparalleled opportunity for women for financial independence, career achievement, and for personal fulfillment. It's still true to this day.
Well, I use the word mission a lot because that's exactly what we were on. We were on a mission. And she talked about her dream, and she leaned over the podium, and she said, I can't do this alone. And there was such heart. I mean, her voice was so soft, and she had such a conviction in her mission. And she said, I need your help. Now, there were 1,200 people in the room, but I really felt she was talking to me.
When I first started in Mary Kay, we had a very limited product line, which was easy to learn. It was easy for consultants to learn, but it was hard to meet everybody's needs.
But we were all selling Mary Kay basic skincare, and it was like a religion. It was a 5-step basic skincare program. It had an educational process attached to it.
The product is the vehicle to the culture that exists today.
Always great product, but it wasn't products driven. It was a mission for people. It was people driven.
She believed that if she helped others become successful, if she helped others achieve their dreams and their goals, that she would be taken care of.
Having overcome so many things in my life that were very difficult, that I have been able to impart that to women as how they, with their struggles, can use those struggles to grow.
You know, she always believed people don't care what you know, but they want to know how much you care. And that was her mode of operation. That was the way she did life.
so she never really deviated from those core principles, those core values. And in fact, later on, she went and wrote that book called Mary Kay on People Management.
I'm amazed when people from other companies read my people management book and come back and say, "You really do this?" Yes, we really do.
But she was a brilliant businesswoman, but she had a kind heart, so that she would get you working, and she wasn't demanding it, but her encouragement was something. You didn't want to let her down. You never wanted to let her down. So we just modeled Mary Kay. We modeled everything that she suggested.
When she created that environment where those women sat around a table and one woman is teaching them how to use the product and what to do, she didn't develop the party plan, but what she did is she enhanced the party plan, because that's where the relationship building is created. We teach women how to use a product. We don't just sell them a product.
So she talked to us a lot about how to organize our lives. Our days, our weeks, our months, our years, and And then she talked to us about how to set goals.
I've often said that we're doing something far more important than just selling cosmetics. We're changing lives.
I feel like that permeated down into the sales force, from the nationals to the directors to the consultants. And that's who we are today.
His grandmother's heart.
Since he was about 3, he's been saying, one of these days I'm going to be president of Mary Kay Cosmetics. I think that would be a very great idea.
And as I learned firsthand, my grandmother was seldom wrong.
I know that you're going to carry on this tradition, even when I'm not here anymore. I know it's going to happen.
But how does a culture go from concept to reality? The answer is only by being embraced by others.
And I guess that's what this is all about, isn't it? To have the love of the people that you love the most.
Just pass it on. It's the Mary Kay way.
And now, please welcome Chief Executive Officer and Mary Kay's grandson, Ryan Rogers.
This year's seminar as your new Chief Executive Officer. As I mentioned at Leadership Conference, it is such a privilege to follow in the footsteps of my grandmother, Mary Kay Ash, and my father, Richard Rogers, as the third generation of Mary Kay's family to hold this role. Now, as most of you know, this is not my first seminar. In fact, I've been to more seminars than I can count all over the world in my 23 plus years with the company. But this one is certainly special as my first as the leader of this incredible organization. In so many ways, it feels like things have come full circle. I know my grandmother always wanted me to be in a leadership role at her company. And the 60-year history of this incredible story has had so many twists and turns, and yet here we are, right back where we started, a family-owned and family-managed business. Now, some of you may not know the history, so I'll give you a quick recap. Of course, my grandmother, Mary Kay Ash, started the company with the help of her 20-year-old son, my father, Richard, back in 1963. And in the early days, it really was a family affair, with my Uncle Ben and Aunt Marilyn playing key roles in the organization as well. And we remained a family-owned and operating business for a whopping 5 years. When they decided it was in the best interest of the company to sell shares to the public in order to raise the capital necessary for us to build our very own manufacturing facility. And in 1976, the company became listed on the New York Stock Exchange. And Mary Kay Ash made history again as the first female chair of a New York Stock Exchange listed company. In fact, we remained publicly traded for 17 years, until 1985, when my grandmother and father borrowed all the money anyone would lend to them in order to buy back the publicly traded stock and return the company to private family ownership. It took almost 20 years for the business to pay back all the money they borrowed. In fact, we were still chipping away at that debt burden when I joined the company in the year 2000. And my dad returned to the company in 2001, and we charted a different course to reduce leverage and strengthen Mary Kay's balance sheet. In hindsight, it was the best decision the family had made yet. And over the last 20 years or so, Mary Kay Inc. has flourished, both here in the United States as well as internationally, as you saw this morning when we welcomed our well-deserved international achievers. We have also continued to invest in the assets and resources that will enable the company to continue to provide an exceptional business opportunity for decades to come. The investment in our state-of-the-art Richard R. Rogers manufacturing facilities and research and development labs enables us to produce high-quality products that leverage more than 1,600 patents. We have invested heavily in the information systems and digital technology that enable you to conduct your business securely, anytime and anywhere, so you can be competitive in this fast-moving, omni-channel world. We also continue to invest in you, the best independent sales force in the world, by providing rewards, resources, and recognition that inspire you to achieve your best. Well, I believe that there has never been a better time to have a Mary Kay business. Our deep-rooted history of family involvement in the management of this company has allowed us the opportunity to make decisions for the long-term perpetuation of Mary Kay's dream and legacy, the highest priority of our efforts. I hope you can see that my grandmother's mission is my mission. And as Nathan mentioned earlier, over the 60 years of this company's history, we've learned time and again that Mary Kay's dream can survive recessions, inflation, high interest rates, and yes, even a pandemic. The last 3 years have been particularly challenging as we have all had to learn to adapt in a tumultuous environment. Well, through times like this, the leadership of our company, especially our national sales directors, have found a way to chart a course to success despite the obstacles that are thrown in front of them. This leadership is a key factor to our 60 years of success and will continue to be critical to our success in the future. Now, recently, competitors in our industry have learned the hard way what the repercussions can look like when you get too greedy or too aggressive in the never-ending rat race of trying to maximize short-term value for your shareholders and management. Well, I'm so proud that our family's legacy of caring for Mary Kay Ash's dream has practiced a steady and patient approach to growing this company. And my guess is it will continue to do so for another 60 years or more. In years past, I've sometimes shared with you the photos from our family reunion, which we actually call Family Seminar. We have these gatherings every year in June to reconnect Mary Kay Ash's descendants and celebrate her incredible legacy. Now, of course, when we have big product news coming, we celebrate that too. So here is an image of how excited the family was to play around with an early production run of our newest Time-Wise Miracle set. Can anyone guess what our favorite color might be? Well, who knows? Maybe the next CEO in the family is somewhere in that image. That's my 14-year-old daughter, Everly, in the front row on the left. No pressure, girl. And my wife, Malia, and my daughter, Everly, are actually here visiting with us today. The new Time-Wise Miracle set is just one example of how Mary Kay continues to invest in our collective future with innovation and science. Of course, the way our company works is that we don't succeed unless you succeed. So a ton of research and work was poured into the development of this pivotal product. As the future unfolds, you can count on us to continue to innovate and find new ways to support you and the success of your business. Just like the very humble beginnings in 1963, those of us that work at Mary Kay know that we only have one customer, and that is you, our global independent sales force. And just like the Golden Rule Foundation Mary Kay herself established for us, helping you succeed and achieve your dreams is our singular focus. It has always been that way, then, now, and always. In closing, I just want to say thank you for all of your support as I take on this expanded role. In the last 6 months, I have received so many words of encouragement from our national sales directors, and even independent beauty consultants. I've also felt the love and support of our Mary Kay executive team and the thousands of Mary Kay employees around the world that support her dream and your success. Now, I can't promise you that there won't be bumps along the way as we push forward into the future of this great company. But I can promise you, the heart of Mary Kay Ash and the heart of her dream company will never change. Thank you. Have a great afternoon.
Because how it feels is just as important as how it looks.
Mary Kay Ash, she knew that her independent beauty consultants were going to sell Mary Kay products to neighbors, to close friends. So it was very important to her that we could control quality, that we could control what goes into our products. Mary Kay and Richard wanted Mary Kay to make nearly all of our products.
In 1968, they began construction of the manufacturing facility, which opened in 1971, and we were publicly traded until the mid-1980s, when the company went through a tough stretch of time and had to sort of re-engineer itself. That's when Mary Kay and Richard took the opportunity to buy all of the shares back from the public and then implement their plans for the business. And that was basically to invest more in our career opportunity so that being a Mary Kay independent beauty consultant was competitive with career opportunities that were available to women sort of starting in the mid-1980s, which Wall Street didn't like their ideas.
The fact that the family owns this company is really, really important to our success.
She had an innate understanding as to what was going to create a foundation for our company that was going to build solidity.
She essentially created an infinite gain company that was laser focused on its mission.
Well, Mary Kay's core beliefs came out in everything that she did, and especially in starting her dream company, and that's faith first.
Family second, career third.
But then she would lovingly say, be sure it's a good third place, not fourth, fifth, or sixth.
It's simple. It's not watered down. There's not 50,000 parts. It's faith, family, career. In that order, she said everything works.
That order, everything works, and out of that order, nothing works.
And out of that order, nothing works.
But to go another step further, to operate on the golden rule, to do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
We have a go-give philosophy. That means that if I can help someone and I don't have a financial gain, but I can help them, then I will.
On the Poodle Patrol, passing out stuffed poodles named Gigi to young patients. 1,000 of her stuffed friends were lovingly given to children at 4 Dallas hospitals.
In the early days, Mary Kay would encourage us to go to nursing homes and to just give. Be there for the day. Make those women, those people in the nursing home feel beautiful.
Pamper them.
What a gift to give them.
Right.
Those were such simple principles, but they have transcended time.
I remember her saying once, we are in a self-improvement course that we get paid to take, meaning that we're going to grow, change, develop, and yet we're building a company at the same time.
Therefore, you're a better person for your business, of course, but you're really a better person for your family, for yourself, for your parents, for your community. She really made us feel the importance of striving to be your best.
For Mary Kay, it was about helping women achieve their dreams, helping women achieve their goals. That included all women around the world.
But we hadn't really grown internationally yet until like the 2000s, when the company really started to grow its international presence.
And we now have nearly 250,000 beauty consultants in 18 countries.
She always talked about the fact that she never knew it was going to get out of Waxahachie, Texas. Like, that was her phrase. Like, I don't feel like she really knew the vastness of what was going to happen, but she understood that what she was offering women was going to be the same all over the world.
When Mary Kay decided to go global, I watched that same message. It played well to women everywhere. It was a message of the heart, a message of hope.
Ese sueño, ese legado para toda la comunidad, sin importar a qué raza tú perteneces, de qué país tú vienes.
And by 78, celebrity status.
The sales force of 50,000 Pink Panthers is now 150,000.
Mary Kay is in demand. Turning a $5,000 investment into a...
It was in the press all the time. You couldn't open a newspaper in America without reading somebody's success story. It was like grassroots wildfire.
Everyone knew she was famous, everyone knew who she was, but she was so incredibly humble and authentic.
And Mary Kay not only listened with her ears, but she listened with her eyes.
Rarely do you get this kind of greeting at an airport from a mere corporate executive.
She made everybody feel important, and that doesn't happen with a 10-second conversation.
That captivated people's hearts.
Larger than life in the business world, and made such an impact because of the way she formed the company.
Now, how can I ask you how old you are?
You can, but I won't tell you.
Okay, how old are you?
But she always had a very quick line and a very quick wit.
Very quick wit.
To the age of 14, a woman needs good parents and good health. And then from 14 to 40, she needs good looks. From 40 to 60, she needs personality.
And she just knew how to bring home the story with a little...
And after 60, I'm going to tell you what you need is cash. Forgive me, but I think when God made man, he was just practicing.
To have us. But we want you to know we feel lucky to have you. We are lucky. We love you. And you are.
You know, when my grandmother created the position of National Sales Director, I really think she truly knew that she would not be around forever.
Other industry corporate executives felt that once Mary Kay was no longer leading her sales force, that things were going to start to slow down.
And someone once asked her, how is this going to carry on when you're gone, Mary Kay? And her reply was always,
We have thousands and thousands of consultants and directors who believe in the company philosophy, and I think would carry on forever if anything happened to me.
Mary Kay Ash knew this, and I think that she instinctively knew that she needed to make sure that the company was ready for that day that eventually would come to pass.
I solemnly pledge to uphold and project the Mary Kay image. I solemnly pledge to uphold and project the Mary Kay image. I hereby claim that you are now director.
Mary Kay was genius in that creation of the National Sales Director position. And I took comfort in the fact that we had people who had learned from Mary Kay.
she never took all the credit for it. She let us celebrate like we were the ones, her daughters. That's what she used to say, my daughters.
And I know that may sound strange to you, but that's how I feel about the whole company. Is that these girls are all daughters that I really want the best for.
When she called us her daughters, she really meant that.
Mary Kay charged her national sales director daughters to continue to build this company and this business the way that she did.
That was their job, was to continue to perpetuate her culture and her values and her legacy to future generations.
The foundation upon which our company was built, that has not changed and never will.
When this company started, there was such a thick glass ceiling for women. You would never break it. Mary Kay Ash had a vision so that we could step into a place where we could go beyond what other people thought our ceiling would be.
She was a single mom. She had to work to put food on her table for her 3 kids. She knew what these other women, the challenges they were facing.
In our company, you start as a consultant and you work your way up the ladder. Nobody stops you but you.
It's up to the individual to do what she needs to do to rise above and win the diamonds, or to earn the car, or have the income that she chooses to have.
It doesn't matter if you have a college education, or if you have a sales background, or if you've got 15 kids, or you've never been married, or you're a college student.
No matter what your story was, you have the ability with this opportunity to create whatever you can imagine.
You know, she wanted to give women an opportunity that she didn't have.
That's why we followed Mary Kay, because you knew her heart, that she just wasn't giving us lip service to, successful business tips, but she was teaching us how to do unto others.
Mary Kay Ash, the driving force behind Mary Kay Cosmetics, died yesterday at age 83. NBC's...
I'll never forget the day that we received the phone call that Mary Kay had gone to heaven. It was a somber moment.
Me llena de emoción recordarla. Ella fue alguien muy especial. Marcó mi vida grandemente.
The single most important priority in my life is my mother's dream. She knew that this dream is larger than her life, larger than my life, and larger than just one generation.
Richard Rogers was the rock to this company because he supported his mom's dream. He really knew, and we all trusted that he had the knowledge to take this company where it is today.
Okay, we gotta pick up the reins now, and we have to continue sharing the Mary Kay stories that we had, sharing Mary Kay, who she was to us, how she impacted generations in our family, because when she impacted us, she impacted our children, and now our grandchildren.
And that's our responsibility, is to continue that spirit of love and integrity in our culture.
I think the secret sauce in our culture is a desire to live by the golden rule. I really think that we really want to treat other people the way you want to be treated.
One of the unique things about our company is the legacy that Mary Kay left. And I believe that she left us and infused in us the spirit and the culture of love and integrity in the field.
And learning from her daughters, the first national sales directors, I've captured in my heart what was important to the woman, and I want to run my business the way that would please her and honor the legacy that she's created.
When I see a national sales director put their unit or their area ahead of their own interest, that's when they have true success.
Where else in America do people want to help somebody else have their position? But in Mary Kay, that was our job.
More and more people can embrace this because it's an opportunity financially, but it's an opportunity to live life well.
We could do amazing things given the opportunity and the encouragement and the recognition, and we proved that she was right.
because I know that you're going to carry on this tradition even when I'm not here anymore. Richard will, and all of our directors and all of our nationals will carry on what we've begun. I know it's going to happen.
The news of Ryan stepping into the helm of the company or now being the CEO, it's this full circle feeling.
As the son of the co-founder, the grandson of the founder, means so very much to members of the sales force.
Well, look who's here. Hi.
And of course, Mary Kay always predicted that he would one time be running the company, and I'm not sure he believed that or if that was on his goal poster, but it's amazing how many things that Mary Kay said that other people shook their heads at in denial and that actually did come true.
You know, when I first met Ryan and an opportunity to work with him on a few global markets, you could just feel his dedication and love to this company.
He grew up in the company, he understands it.
He had the brilliance of his father, Richard, and Mary Kay, and he had the heart of Mary Kay.
You know, my dad was such a successful businessman, and I looked up to him as sort of the brains and kind of the finance side of the business. And then my grandmother was like the world's best motivator, the world's most honest, humble, loving person, and I kind of tried to emulate them both. The biggest challenge we have going forward is really adapting ourselves to the way consumers want to consume beauty products.
Today, technology is changing faster than ever. And you know what? It'll only change faster and faster. It's not slowing down.
We're always looking ahead at how we can make things better. How can we expand our product portfolio and making sure that we have the right products at the right time.
And so how we navigate that change is going to be real important for our future. But you know what? We have Mary Kay Ash as an example. She was the trailblazer. She was the disruptor. She embraced change as who she was. That was exactly what got us to this point.
We're a company about interactions between people. We're a social business. I remember somebody said we invented Facebook because Mary Kay used to say, you see a face, go look it.
We've got virtual, we've got great products, we've got everything coming together to create the most incredible next 60 years.
Qué maravilloso ver cómo nuestra empresa en 60 años ha evolucionado.
60 years celebrating Mary Kay is just the beginning.
Because we all understand Mary Kay's vision for her company, and we're laser focused on the mission of enriching lives, and that meant a whole lot 60 years ago. It means so much for us today, and it will be equally as meaningful for the next 60 years.
But in order for this culture to impact, we have to change how we do things to sustain it.
Staying true to who we are, but at the same time challenging all the ways we do who we are.
And to continue to have the impact that we know that it can have.
I don't think she had a clue how many lives would be touched by it. When you look today at all over the world and so many women, every age, shape, size, personality, style, and they were attached to her dream. And the impact that we're having today, 60 years later, it's mind-blowing.
We have 60 years of success because Mary Kay Ash started this company with her values, with her beliefs, with her ability to believe in every single person that she talked to.
Those principles and values, that's the bedrock of what will allow Mary Kay to be successful for generations to come.
it still goes on because she breathed and groomed and guided that philosophy into the leaders of her company.
And the only thing she asked from us was to pass it on.
And I truly believe that it was divinely inspired that you began this company that's benefited so many of us. And I'm so thankful.
If you think about it, my life is attached to that dream she had. Your life is attached to the dream that she had. And so she stewarded her dream really well and completely. And now that dream continues to live on through all of us, all around the world. Her dream continues to live on because she did give it her all.
I think Mary Kay would take your hand, she would look into your eyes, and she would say to you, I believe we can make the next 60 years even better.
I send you my love and my very best wishes for success and for happiness. I love you.